Stunt driving law in Ontario, the legal process explained. If you've been charged with stunt driving in Ontario, or you're just curious about how the legal process works, you're in the right place. I'm going to walk you through the entire journey from the moment you were pulled over to the actual potential outcomes that you're going to face in court. I'm Jon Cohen. I'm a partner at Next Law. And before we dive in, listen, just take a moment to like this video, subscribe to our channel, hit that notification bell to stay informed on important stunt driving legal topics. Now, let's break down the stunt driving legal process into three main phases. One, pre-court, court, and trial. And I'll explain what happens in each phase and share some crucial tips to help you navigate this challenging situation. First up, the pre-court phase. This is where the immediate consequences hit you like a ton of bricks. Here's what you need to know. Okay, number one, your license, it's getting suspended right away for 30 days, no and ifs or buts. Two, your car, it's going on a 14-day vacation to the impound lot, even if it's not your vehicle. And three, you'll get a fancy piece of paper called a summons with a court date that's usually roughly 2 to 4 months down the road. Now, while you're dealing with these immediate headaches, the police and the prosecution, they are busy building their case against you. They're gathering the evidence, the radar readings, faster than you can say I wasn't speeding, officer. We're talking dash cam footage, whatever they need to prove their case. So what should you do during this time? Well, here's a pro tip. Keep your mouth shut about the incident. I mean it. Don't post about it on social media. Don't brag to your friends. Don't even tell your goldfish, because the only person you should be talking to is a lawyer or paralegal who knows their stuff when it comes to stunt driving cases in Ontario. Now, moving on to the court phase. This is where things get interesting. Your first appearance in court is like a choose your own adventure book, but with much higher stakes, obviously. You've got three options. Okay, first option, you can plead guilty. Now, spoiler alert, it's not usually the best choice. Two, set a trial date. Or three, you can ask for more time to get legal advice. Now, here's where having a good legal representative really pays off. They might be able to negotiate with the prosecutor and get your charges reduced. It's like haggling at a market, but instead of getting a better price on an item, you're trying to keep your license and your bank account intact. Because if your case goes to trial, buckle up. It's going to be a wild ride. The prosecution will present their evidence. They're going to call witnesses. They're going to try to convince the justice of the peace, which is like a judge in Ontario, that you're guilty as charged. Your legal representative, they're going to get to cross-examine their witnesses, which can be, more exciting than a courtroom drama on TV. And then it's your turn to present your case. Your representative might call witnesses for you. You might even testify yourself. But remember, anything you say can and will be used against you. So listen to your representative's advice on this one. Now, let's talk about some common defense strategies that your legal representative might use. One, they might challenge the accuracy of the speed measurement device, trying to show that the radar gun isn't reliable. It's difficult, but it's possible. Two, question the officer's, training or procedures, or did they know how to use the radar gun properly? Or three, argue necessity or emergency circumstances. Your worship, my client was rushing to, save someone from a burning building. Or four, identify procedural errors or violations of your rights. And this is where knowing the law inside and out really comes in handy, because if you're found guilty, brace yourself. The penalties are no joke. One, you're getting a minimum fine of $2,000 up to $10,000. And that's a lot of money that your bank account can't afford. Two, license suspension for 1, but up to 3 years on your first conviction. Three, possible jail time up to 6 months. And yes, that is right, 6 months. Four, demerit points on your record, 6 of them. Mandatory driver improvement courses. Think about it as traffic school on steroids. And don't forget about the long-term consequences. Your insurance rates, they're going to skyrocket faster than a stunt driver on an empty highway, right? If you're a professional driver, your career could be in jeopardy. One last thing, the laws around stunt driving in Ontario have gotten even tougher recently. As of July 2021, for example, you can now get charged with stunt driving going just 40 kilometers over the speed limit in zones under 80 kilometers. They've also introduced a tiered system for repeat offenders. So if you get caught multiple times, you might be looking at a lifetime ban of driving. So what's the takeaway from all of this? Stunt driving charges in Ontario are serious business. The consequences can impact your life in ways you might not even have considered. If you find yourself facing these charges, don't try to handle it alone. get experienced legal help as soon as possible. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up, share it with anyone who might benefit from something that I have to say. And if you have any questions about stunt driving laws in Ontario, just drop them in the comments section below. Thanks for watching, and remember, stay safe and stay legal on the road.